Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to In Her Dreams and welcome to your reading. I am so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. Ashe. Thank you, Spirit. Beautiful being, all that you are, all that you do, all that you create, all that you say is exactly what this world needs. You're like a remedy. Like a child that can't go to sleep, they're restless, you're the lullaby. Someone who's hungry, they're having hunger pains, you're the wonderful meal, the hot meal. You know, like that's your energy. You're the remedy. And it's on a soul level. No matter what it is that you do or create, it might be something very physical, very like you can hold it in your hands, or it might be something that you create and it's like a work of art, but it heals on a soul level. So it's a remedy on a soul level. Thank you, Spirit. Come on. T-O-N. Ashe, thank you, Divine. What's coming through for this beautiful being? Oh, freedom. Yes. This is your vibe. And you create freedom for others when you are in a state of freedom. Okay, so I'm recording this on the night before 2:22 on the timer, the night before the day of the full moon in Aquarius. So whenever you're watching this, that energy is imbued in this reading. And that's the vibe that's coming through to you and for you is freedom. But it's also a very, like it's divine freedom, but it's also a badass freedom. It's like a rebellious freedom. It's where you break free from the chains that have tried to hold you down, to keep you in place. I'm getting the energy of a system that was trying to keep you marching in place. There could be a military connection here. It doesn't have to be. But it feels very much like someone telling you, you're going to stay here. You're going to do this. You're going to do as I say. Move as I say move. Like somebody really thought they were going to tell you who you were going to be. And they wanted to limit what you would become. They wanted you to get in line. Isn't that a thing in the military? Like get information? Like information? Okay. I was never in the military, so I don't know, but it's like they wanted you to submit to them. And submission can be a divine frequency when it's reciprocal. Like in relationships, we can submit to one another, but it needs to be reciprocal. This was a situation where someone wanted you to submit to them, and they would never submit to you. They would never tend to your needs or listen to you truly. Wow, that's a lot from this card. Now this is a crow, but I'm getting the energy of the eagle spirit, where you soar high, very high. You were never meant to be told by someone to get in line and to do it. okay? And that may have happened for a period of time, but you were always meant to break free from it. Always. That was always the plan. That was always your destiny, was to break free. This may have resulted in a time of isolation, which that always is the case for most beautiful beings on the divine path. Once we choose freedom, typically we experience isolation, and that isolation is a test, but it's also a gift. It's a test to see if we can be sovereign, if we can be at peace with our sovereignty. Because codependency is not the path for a divine being with a calling on their life. Because there are so many times where when you create something or when you make a change that's necessary for your path, that it won't be popular with people, or you might feel like you don't have the support of certain people, but you have to do what you are called to do no matter who comes with you. And that's a part of having a divine calling on your life. So that's why a lot of times it feels like we're forced into isolation, but even that's a choice. Because think about it. You could have chosen to remain with a toxic group or to remain around toxic family. That was a choice that you made to choose yourself. But it was the right choice to choose yourself. Okay? It may not have been an easy choice. It rarely is. In some ways it can be easy because you're like, whew, I don't have to deal with that toxic energy anymore. But then it's like, there's still the pressure. There's still the people knocking at your door, the people, trying to claw their way back into your life. And it's like, Or sometimes it's the quiet holidays. Sometimes it's the going somewhere by yourself. And even in those moments, it's like, okay, yeah, choosing yourself is still a gift. Because peace and quiet is much better than loud toxicity, right? Yeah, there could have been grief about this. I mean, let's keep it real. But also, with the grief card, there truly could have been something that you felt that you left behind, or there could have been someone who crossed over, okay? But there was a huge change. Either something that you left or something that you feel left you, and this caused grief. Yeah. And that's an emotion that requires processing. And so in that state of grief, you found things that work for you to do to process that grief. Whether it's connecting with nature, or creating, or cleaning. There have been times I've gone through grief and I like to clean. I find that moving the body helps us to process grief. And sometimes when the grief is so heavy, we're best in stillness. We experience stillness. And that's what's best for us in that moment in time. And we cry. And we cry. And we cry. Or sometimes we don't do anything. We just feel. Or sometimes we feel numb. But there are all different parts of the grieving process. And all of them are important. I think the most important thing with grief is to give yourself patience. Give yourself time to go through that grief. And give yourself space to be honest with yourself about how you feel. Sacred space is at the bottom. there's something about this grief that has opened up a sacred space for you. Maybe I'm getting that you felt so heavy that it showed you a different level of yourself, of your emotions that you had never felt before. And it got you in touch and in tune with a certain aspect of the human experience that you didn't know existed prior to feeling that level of grief. And that leads you to sacred space, because that means that you know something that other people know as well. And so that's a point of connection. That's also a point where you can create something, where you're processing that feeling, those heavy emotions. You're creating something that helps someone else when they're processing similar emotions. This is sacred space that has come about due to isolation and grief. Wow. Who knew that something so beautiful could come from something that a lot of people are like, I don't want to feel that. But if they knew that a beautiful new beginning would be born from something so heavy, so dark, so painful, then would they be willing to experience that heavy emotion, that pain? Maybe. Because there's something that you're birthing that is so beautiful, but it's a result of something very heavy that you went through. Wow. Wow. And whatever you're birthing, it's a symbol of your freedom. It's a symbol of your freedom from the heaviness, the pain, the burden of the grief. Yeah. Okay, so we have mischief here and risk. You know what I'm getting is that there was something about there was doubt being projected towards you about this process of your freedom and your creation and your new beginning that comes from all of this pain that you went through. There was somebody who was trying to get you to stay stuck. That's the person who's like, you better get in line. It's like a drill instructor, drill sergeant, whatever. I don't know. But I don't know why I'm seeing it in a military. It's like a vision of someone in a field, and there's someone in uniform just yelling you better do this, you better do this. Okay, so there could be a military connection, but I feel like more than anything what Spirit is coming through with is that this was a system where you were expected to format your decisions and your life based on what was already there, based on someone else's expectations for you. It's like you weren't supposed to break free, but you did. So you've broken the mold. You've broken a tradition. And that could have been a part of the grief. It's like, how dare you choose freedom? How dare you be an individual? You know, I'm thinking of all that's coming through with this full moon and Aquarius energy. It's like being willing to be the outsider, being willing to be on another dimension where people can't even fathom what you're doing. So they just call it weird. They just call it rebellious, because their mind isn't there yet. You're very progressive. And you're working on something, you're doing something, you're creating something that isn't within that mold that you were expected to live within. You have broken a tradition, you have broken a mold. And that's why you're coming through as the eagle spirit. You fly too high to be bound by those chains that are on ground level. That song, Ground Control to Major Tom by David Bowie. I don't even know what that song is about, but it's coming through. So I don't know, maybe David Bowie is, maybe that resonates. But I think about him as an artist, and he was very different. He was very unique. Also, he married a black woman. He married Iman. And it was at a time where, I mean, it was starting to become more accepted, but it still was like, people were getting side-eyed for that, you know? But he didn't care. He loved her so deeply. And there's something that is so unique about the strength of your love for your creative process and for your reason for being here on this earth, that has kept you both grounded, but also when you need to, you break those chains and you're like, you know? Yeah. Also Major, Tom, Major, something about the military here. I don't know. Somebody's name could be Tom or Thomas. So there's mischief that was projected, and it was in the way of like doubt. Like somebody was trying to make you doubt the possibility of you doing what you're here to do. Isn't that funny? How like people try to make you doubt your purpose for being here. I was like, really? But that serves a purpose too, and it's to give us the friction that we need to realize on an individual level that this is why I'm here, you know, because we're put to the test. So it's like, are you going to choose your purpose, or are you going to choose to do what this person is telling you to do? So you had to take a risk, and the risk that you had to take was to break beyond illusion, to see beyond an illusion of control, of toxic patterns that you were expected to fit in, okay, and to continue. You've broken a tradition, you've broken chains. Oh, and look, we have blossoming abundance. That's what you did when you broke free and you decided to soar. Soar like an eagle, or it's fly like an eagle, right? But I'm hearing soar. Fly like an eagle into the sea. Let the spirit carry me. I wanna fly. I don't know the lyrics, but yeah, that's coming through. I like that song though. I just can't think of the lyrics. Okay, Goddess of the Moon and appreciation. I swear this full moon energy is coming through. So there's something that is, it's here. It's like, you know, the full moon is the culmination of what's happened in the past cycle. It's the result of everything that you've done leading up to this point. And we're in minute 18, which is the moon card. Your nurturing energy is very strong. There's something that you've been nurturing that is thanking you now. Whatever project, whatever mission, whatever creative endeavor, whatever it is that you've been nurturing, it is thanking you now with blossoming abundance. Okay, also this blossoming abundance card is card number 3. That's the Empress card. There's something that you're going to receive appreciation for, okay? Now, in order to receive this abundance, in order to truly let it be the blessing that it's meant to be, that it's destined to be, and that it's created to be, because this is something that you've been working on. It's a creation of yours. You'll have to see beyond deceit and continue to rise above attachments that are begging to keep you on ground level. Not just on ground level though, because that's just being grounded, right? They want you on ground level and they want you chained. This has something to do with your will, your solar plexus. Somebody wants to make you question, do I have what it takes? Clearly you have what it takes, because you have made it to the point of the full moon, which is where it's like light is being shed. It's that bright full moon light that's being shed on all of your work, all of your dedication. 2020, everybody can see that you have made the right choices. 2020, clear vision. But there's someone who wants to create an illusion of fear in order to keep you bound. It's like you've already broken the chains, but they want you to come back down, because this is what would have to happen, because you're already soaring. You would have to come back down to where they had you. You'd have to agree to be chained, and you'd have to abandon what you were doing that's so progressive and beautiful and creative and abundant. And you'd have to be like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll let you enslave me. Like, that's really what somebody wants. And it's so far-fetched. It's so far-fetched. But there are things that they're trying to project in order to make it more feasible. Okay? This is somebody who feels very alone. They feel abandoned by you, but you were supposed to leave them behind. You were supposed to. And it may not have been easy to do that because of certain expectations that someone had of you, or maybe certain expectations that you had built up within yourself. But you chose the right path. This person wants you to doubt what you've done, and there's no reason why you should. Okay? I'm guided to, okay, airplane. Yeah, travel long distance, speed, overcome, rising up, freedom. That's you. I didn't even mean to grab that deck, but I'll take a couple of the cards that are here. Look, peace rose. Yeah, peace, harmony, optimism, resilience. Okay, yellow might be significant. All right, I'm going with this deck. But yeah, somebody really wants you to be stuck in the past, but you're aligned with your peace in the present. What are this person's intentions, Spirit? What are their intentions toward this beautiful being? Why are they trying to get this person to abandon what they're destined to do? Sabotage. They're deliberately working to undermine your efforts. But they're coming across as friendly. So at this time, be aware of fake smiles. Oh, I'm so happy for you. You know those smiles where you're like, come on now. Okay. So this is like friendly sabotage. Yeah, like friendly sabotage. They're portraying themselves as being a friend because they want you to remain in the past. This could be somebody who wants to date you. This could definitely be somebody who is attracted to you, or who knows that you are. I'm hearing they know you're hot. So this could be in several ways. They know that you're hot. Physically, they're attracted to you, but also you're working on something that is very hot. It's like, okay, first of all, I'm getting hot potato. Like, they can't hold it. They feel like you're creating something that they can't access, that they can't grab a hold of and sabotage. So they're trying to sabotage you through your mind. They can't get a hold of it. It's protected. That's why it's coming through as a hot potato. Also, it's hot. It's great. It's awesome. It's like, you know, it's lit. But they still want to sabotage it. Okay, so there could be something that you have done to increase your boundaries where they felt like they could access whatever this is that you're working on in order to sabotage it. But you've increased your boundaries, so that's why I'm seeing it as a hot potato, where they can't hold it. They can't get a hold of something that they want to sabotage because of your divine protection, and also because you have done something to strengthen your boundaries so that they can't access it. You're being rewarded for this. That's why we have the full moon energy and the blossoming abundance. So they are trying to get to your will. So protect your solar plexus. If you want to listen to some healing frequency music for the solar plexus, if you have something with the tone for the solar plexus, like a tuning fork or a singing bowl, or if you want to go out and connect with the sun, all right, that strengthens the solar plexus, as long as you're setting your intention and receiving that energy to your solar plexus. Tiger's eye is excellent. But also choosing to remain focused on your vision. That is extremely important, because this person wants to send illusions, right, of dishonesty. There's something also, okay, they're extremely dishonest. This person is very motivated to get you to believe in an old way, an old system, an old paradigm. Something that you have broken free from. Yeah, but you're okay. Check in. Oh, so they might come to you like, I just want to check in. It's been so long since I've talked to you. I don't know why I'm talking in that voice. This person could talk like that, or they could have a different tone or accent, but that's what was coming through. So there's something about them trying to appear very nurturing, very sweet, and very kind, but it's dishonest. It's a mask. Something about February. Somebody could have a birthday in February. Or something could have happened in February where maybe you haven't spoken to this person since February, or that could resonate with someone. Also, you know, Pisces is coming through, and that's mutable energy. So this person is definitely trying to switch up their way in order to come to you. All right, they're trying to switch something up. Okay. All right. Okay, they said go to the Kemetic Tarot. Thank you, Spirit. What needs to be known here? What needs to be clarified in this energy for this beautiful being? Yeah, wear it, Hakao. It's your magic. And look, you're ascended. You're flying. You've got wings. Like, you're not even thinking about this. Like, you may have in the past, but this is just a reminder to have your divine lenses on. You know, like, see this person clearly. I'm hearing they have not changed for the better. They have not changed for the better. But the reason why they're coming to you is because they have taken a turn for the worse, but it's because of their own doing. Why is this person coming to this beautiful being, Spirit? Why are they trying to reach out to them? Okay, there's something regarding family or home and family connections. Could be something with a marriage. Okay, we've got Four of Wands and the Ten of Cups. Something that this person is going through regarding home, family, close relationships, or marriage, where they feel blocked. They feel blocked from an Emperor. Oh, and there's been a Tower. Okay. You could be this Emperor, or this person could have an Emperor in their life, like someone that they see as an Emperor. It doesn't have to be an Emperor in the upright, but there's someone that they have experienced a Tower with regarding home and family. There could be a divorce happening. There could be a breakdown of family relations, and Yeah, they're blocked. They're blocked from 9 of Scarabs. So there's something with this person's prosperity that they feel like they don't have access to. They don't have access to it, but they are feeling it, okay? And it's getting to them. They're nervous, they're burdened with the 10 of Wands. And they said go here. I see the 10 of Pentacles there. You could be in the 10 of Pentacles. Also with that blossoming abundance, there's definitely, yeah, that's your energy with the 10 of Pentacles. That's why they want to come to you, is because they are in a tower. Okay, this could be judgment for something that they are intending to do to you, that they have been trying to do to you for a long time. And so it's like, this is the consequence of what they've done, but then they're still trying to do more of the same. Like, that's not the point of judgment. Judgment is, you know, like a divine, it's the result of justice. It's the scales being balanced, but judgment is like a wake-up call. It's a dose of energy that is meant to serve as a wake-up call to a person, where they realize that this is the result of what I have done. So let me learn from it. You might be single, sexy, and successful, or either this person wants to be sexy and successful. You might be in a relationship, but you're coming through as sexy and successful. This person is very confused because they know that they, in the past, they wanted you controlled. They thought that they had the upper hand on you, but they see you in this free state where you're like doing what you're here to do. And so they're confused. Okay, we got love spell at the bottom here, and thief, and divinity. So this person, they have seen you achieve something wonderful. They see you living in your divinity, but they were trying to take something from your life with a love spell. There's something that they wanted to do where they were acting like they were giving you a gift. They were coming to you with such charming energy, but they wanted to present themselves, or someone close to them wanted to present themselves to you as a twin flame, but you chose to love yourself instead. Yeah, they were trying to steal something through the energy of a love spell. So this person that's trying to come back to you, they have had something to do with love spell energy being projected towards you in the past. They might even be trying to do that right now, so we rebuke that. Okay, protect your energy. That could be the energy that I saw projected towards your solar plexus, where they're trying to like influence your will, where they want to turn your will from your divinity towards them with a love spell. They want you focused on them. They want to open up your chakras towards them, but they don't have control over your chakras. Your chakras are divinely protected, okay? They can't access that, okay? So I'm seeing here with this gift and twin flame, they wanted to come in with very charming energy. They may have tried to give you something, whether it was food or maybe something to wear on your body, that would be like a gift of invitation, where basically they're trying to open up your energy to be more receptive towards them. But really what they wanted was to present themselves or introduce someone into your life, presenting them as a twin flame. But you chose to love yourself. You knew that something about that situation was not right. And that's a part of what this person is seeing as a tower. See, they wanted control over you in any way that they could get it. So if they couldn't get it by directly forcing you, like I saw with the military scene, the vision in my mind's eye, where they were telling you what you were going to do. But see, they didn't come through like that. They came through pretending to be a lover, a friend. Okay? Yeah. They feel like their world is crumbling, and it is. That's the thing. Like, it's not just that they feel it is, but it is. But it's something about, because I keep saying that they feel. See, this person thought that they were in control. They thought that they were that drill sergeant, that drill instructor telling you what to do. They had their uniform on and their da-da-da-da-da, and they just thought that they were in control. That's why I'm seeing it that way, because they thought that they were in control over you. Okay? And I'm getting that, like, they thought that you were a new recruit. Isn't that what they say in the military? So they thought that you were new to this and that you would be easily swindled, is what I'm getting. But they didn't know that you have ancient energy flowing through you, which is ancient wisdom. That's what they thought. They thought that you were like a new recruit, and they were just bringing you into boot camp or something like that. And they were going to whip you into shape and take whatever they wanted to from you. They thought they were going to swindle you. They thought they were going to take advantage of you. And what they wanted was you to stand there like, like shocked at their energy and just like, yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir. Ma'am, yes, ma'am. I don't know. And it's like, instead, you were like, well, this, and you took off in your spaceship. And so now that they don't have access to your energy, because there's something about this person where they needed your energy, they were betting on it in order to get that blossoming abundance. This was all for the blossoming abundance. I just want you to know. Your destiny is all about blossoming abundance. And it's going to keep going and going and going. Okay? It's a continual thing. It's like I'm seeing a waterfall. The waterfall never runs out. You know, it never runs dry. And then I'm hearing that TLC song. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. It's like, that's what this person did not want you to dream. They wanted you to stay in a little tiny little space like that. But here you are with the most beautiful waterfall, and I'm seeing a rainbow because you've gone through some stuff, and now this is your rainbow. Your waterfall is like your rainbow. And now they want it because they're thirsty, they're broke. They don't have access to anything that at one time they felt was free flowing in their life. And they want you to be the source of their abundance. And they cannot get it. They cannot get it. Alright, let's pull a couple of these. Yeah, because they told me to pull some of these. Anything at the bottom? Thank you, Spirit. What does this beautiful being need to know? They see your beauty. I said they know you're hot. And everything that you do is hot too. It's like hot energy. Hot as in beautiful, hot as in sexy, hot as in lit. Your creations are so on point, and they are so fulfilling. There's something about whatever you create and what you do. It feels like medicine. It feels like a hot meal when you're hungry. It feels like breeze when it's hot and sticky outside. Yeah. Ground. Look, they want you on the ground. They want you on the ground. But when you're on the ground, you're grounded. You're not on the ground and chained by their useless habits and toxic energy. Yeah, fear. False evidence appearing real. Illusions. Exactly. They want to project illusions of fear and limitations to keep you from doing what you're here to do, and they can't do it. Singing. You might sing. I'm getting that singing brings you freedom. And if you don't sing, then music brings you freedom, like listening to music. But there is something about using your voice. Even if you don't feel like you sound good, it doesn't matter. Your voice is beautiful. So if you don't hit every note, it doesn't matter. I don't hit every note either, but I still love to sing. Lawsuit. Oh, this person is experiencing a lawsuit because there's something that they're going through with family, home and family. They're afraid of a lawsuit as well. So that's another reason why their energy is so weak at this time. They're really looking for a come up from you. 7th house, this is Libra energy, and that goes right along with lawsuit. This person is really feeling 4114 on the timer. This person is feeling really pressured by something legal, some sort of legal issue, partnership or marriage, contracts. Yeah. And there's something that they're facing with an enemy or an op. It could be in business or within a family situation. It's too late to apologize. It's too late. It sure is. I mean, they can apologize if they want to, but, you know, forgiveness does not mean reconciliation. It just means, I'm good. You do you. Bye now. No honor among thieves. So this is someone who is working in a group to defeat you, to swindle you. And now they want to come to you one-on-one to pretend as though they are no longer associated with those people. And I'm getting that actually they're not associated with them in the way that they used to be, because they are fighting amongst themselves. The thieves that were trying to steal from you collectively are now fighting amongst themselves. But that's not the reason why they're coming to you individually. It's just because they want to first and foremost cast an illusion that, oh, I'm not with them anymore. I am so sorry for what it appeared that I was doing, but let me explain what had happened was, what really was going on was, and then they proceed to lie. But if they were still good with those people that they were connected to swindle you, they would be right alongside them. And I'm getting that what they want to do is come to you individually, pretend like they're changed and transformed, and then go back to the group and use that as something to reel them back in, because those people are at odds with them at this time. They don't have the same unity that they had before, because you're no longer giving them your energy. As soon as you broke free and you chose to ascend, they were done. They can't do anything without someone to blame everything on and to make fun of and to poke and prod at. You know, the game was no fun anymore once you stopped associating with them. But if you were to give this person your time and energy, they would run right back to those people and say, I'm talking to the collective again. And they would use that to try to get in good with them again. Nope. There's more to the story. Exactly. And there's a whole rabbit hole that we could trail down regarding that and all the shenanigans that have gone on behind the scenes with the people that they were trying to swindle you with. But there's a lot of chaos there now, and they want to come and use your energy to try to get those people back on their side. It's ridiculous. Don't believe what they say. Judge them for yourself. Okay, so there could be somebody else here. Somebody else in your world that these people have tried to talk badly about. All right? Divine is saying to judge anyone separate from that group, judge them for yourself. Because you already know what people from this group that's trying to come back into your world, you already know what they do. They gossip. They use people like puppets and things like that. But anything in your realm, whether it's what you create or a connection that you have, judge that for yourself. Don't allow anything that a person from... Oh my gosh, okay. It just went ding, ding, ding. Okay. This person wants to come to you and act as though they have information on someone that either you still talk to or something that's going on in your life. It could be a thing, a person, a place, anything. But that's what they want to try to entice you with. And that in one way is kind of like their gift. Like, I have some gossip to tell you. I have some information to tell you. Don't trust them. Don't believe them. Judge whatever it is that you've got in your world for yourself. Because this person, they're always motivated selfishly. They're always trying to help themselves. And they're never, ever looking out for you, because this person is jealous of you. They're very envious of you. Especially with this marriage situation, this home and family situation, all of their whole world that they've built up is crumbling. And so they don't have a union that they are feeling good about. They don't have relationships in their life that they're feeling good about. So everything in your world, from the way that you look, the way that you dress, the way that you speak, what you create, the connections that you have, they're jealous of everything. They're so envious. And to them, you know, in their mind, they would like to ruin it all, which is why they're being left in the past. Okay? Thank you, Spirit. Okay, let me pull a card from here and then we'll close. Thank you, Divine. What is coming through? Yeah, there were past life connections in this situation, but also, you know, it's like, I feel like the life that you live now is almost unrecognizable from the life that you had when you were involved with this person or this group. And that's in the past. You're leaving it in the past. Okay? That's just confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. What else is coming through? Yeah, transformation. You have... Ooh. I'm going to do it in this order that it came out in. You are aligned with truth. And because you have chosen to align with the truth, you have completely transformed. You have become a butterfly, and you are flying where other people still wanted you to crawl. And this has led you to this place where you are a healer. And that's exactly where Divine began this message, where they said that everything that you are, everything that you do, everything that you create, 4848 on the timer, is exactly what this world needs. And there is no illusion, there is no lie, there is no karmic energy from the past that can come into your present and make you believe otherwise, because you know the truth. Ashe. Thank you, Spirit, for these messages. I'm so grateful that you allow them to flow through me. And thank you, beautiful being, for taking the time to tune in. I am so thankful for your likes, your kind comments, your shares, your subscribes, your hypes, your donations, every bit of love that you send to this space of In Her Dreams. I am so grateful for. I love you. I wish you peace. I wish you joy and so many blessings. Take care.